Hi everyone, this is attorney Misty Oaks from the Oaks firm. I did a previous video about why homeowners are stark raving mad over loan modifications, and now I'm going to talk to you about why homeowners are stark raving mad over bank fraud and mortgage fraud. I don't know if you've heard the news recently, but the United States government has decided to file a federal lawsuit against some of the larger banks and mortgage companies for fraudulent statements, fraudulent documents, just the whole gamut of fraud regarding this whole foreclosure, subprime, mortgage modification, madness mess that has been going on in the country for quite a while now. So I'm happy about that. I'm excited about that. I will be keeping you posted on the developments and updates with regard to the federal lawsuit. But homeowners are still stark raving mad. And so, of course, I've developed my top 5 list of why homeowners are stark raving mad over mortgage fraud. And I'm just going to start at the top. Reason number 1. Many of these homeowners have been in their homes for years, literally years, and have been paying faithfully. But then when the economy tanked and they lost their job, or they had an adjustable rate mortgage that ballooned, and they couldn't afford their mortgage payments, they felt like they got no sympathy, no empathy, no flexibility from the banks. They hoped that a mortgage modification or a short sale would be able to help them. But again, these banks have incredibly inefficient processes for handling either of those things, and so the homeowners really got no help. A lot of them were forced to file bankruptcy, and a lot of them were forced into foreclosure, and they got kicked out of their homes, quite literally. And so they are stark raving mad about that they had been paying faithfully, and that the banks really had no sympathy whatsoever and didn't really try to work with them with regard to mortgage modifications. Or any other workout plan for that matter. Okay, reason number 2, the processes that the banks have in place are completely inefficient. I have clients that tell me that they've sent paperwork over 10, 15, 20 times and they still haven't gotten a response. That they've been dealing with the mortgage companies for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and more in some cases. That they don't know exactly who to talk to, they don't know the status of their file. They are really frustrated and really confused, and the banks are not helping at all. I'll grant the banks that they are overwhelmed. I will give them about that much. They are overwhelmed. They are literally swamped with applications for short sales and deed in lieu of foreclosure and mortgage modifications. Okay, they're swamped. But they're swamped because their processes are completely and totally inefficient. And the banks, a lot of the larger banks, have been ordered by a federal agency called the OCC, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, to completely revamp their loan modifications procedures. Have many of them done that? No, they really haven't, and the processes are still completely inefficient. Reason number 3 that the homeowners are stark raving mad over mortgage fraud is that the banks have not been honest. I could really sit here all day and talk to you about how these banks and mortgage companies have ripped the American homeowner off. You talk about mortgage-backed securities, improper securitization, robo-signing, fraudulent documents, and the list really goes on and on and on over how the banks have been less than honest with the homeowners and with the American government. Hence the reason for the federal lawsuit against many of them for this fraud that they have perpetrated. Many homeowners have lost their homes, or they're being faced with losing their homes, or filing for bankruptcy to keep their homes because of the fraud that has run rampant in the mortgage industry over the past couple of years. Reason number 4 that the homeowners are stark raving mad over mortgage fraud. They really feel like they have no recourse. Who can they go to? Who can they turn to? What agency can they complain to that can really help them and stop the banks from perpetrating these fraudulent practices? They feel like they've complained to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. They've complained to the OCC, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. They have filed complaints with Freddie Mac, and Fannie Mae, and with several other government agencies, and these banks are still committing fraud and filing false documents and committing robo-signing and kicking these homeowners out of their homes without due process of law. So they really feel like, where can they turn? And that kind of ties into reason number 5 that homeowners are stark raving mad over bank fraud, because they feel like they don't have the money to really get the help that they need. Not only do they not have a place to really turn to, but the homeowners that need the help the most, that really need the help of a qualified and experienced foreclosure defense attorney, really cannot afford the help that they need. And so without the funds that they need to get the help that they need, they don't really have too much recourse where their voices will really be heard, and where an agency or some entity will hear them and take action on their complaints or their frustrations or their anger. And so those round out the top 5 reasons that homeowners are stark raving mad over bank fraud. Little to no flexibility and compassion from the banks. The processes that the banks have in place are completely inefficient. The banks have been less than honest with the homeowners and with the American government. The homeowners feel like they have no recourse for their voices to really be heard and for any action to be taken. And number 5, the homeowners, if they did have funds when they, got into this foreclosure mortgage modification madness, they have since run out of funds, because it can be costly to hire the appropriate help that you need to get you out of this foreclosure madness. And so the homeowners are very frustrated. So let me tell you about what we do here at the Oaks Firm. We help homeowners either with service or with education, or a little bit of both. We can help you with your loan modifications, your foreclosure defense, strategic default planning. More on this in a later video. And we can also help you with education. If you don't understand these processes, if you're frustrated, if you are just stark raving mad and you don't know what to do or where to turn, we can certainly help you. And if we can't help you, we can at least point you in the right direction. So please check us out on the web. You can go to Facebook and or Twitter at the Oaks Firm, and that is Oaks, O-A-K-S. Or you can go to our website, www.theoaksfirm.com, and that is O-A-K-S, like the tree. Check us out. Leave us your contact information so that we can certainly contact you and to give you more information that you need to get the help that you need. So thank you so much, and I look forward to helping you further.